Happy New Year! You're listening to
Jom Sembang, Malaysia.
Before we start chatting today, we have some great news for you.
Oh, what's that?
You know, right, for starters, right, we actually recorded 52 podcast episodes last year. When we first started, I never thought we would reach 52 lah. I thought we just do like maybe another like 6 months or something.
52 weeks, man, a year.
Yeah, and then we actually have more than 200 followers on Spotify.
We do?
Yeah, according to the stats, actually I was looking at the stats to see whether like, hey, should we continue this thing or not lah after 1 year, you know?
Wow. Okay lah. Thank you to all the listeners out there who have been tuning in faithfully to us. I know a lot of them binge listen. So
Yeah, I think they discover us later on, right? Then just binge listen. Anyway, if you're new on this podcast, we have 52 episodes for you to just binge listen on.
Yes.
But don't listen to more than 10 lah. Unless you get tired of us, then it'll be
Correct.
sad, right?
Betul.
Yeah. So anyway, I think this is our 4th year as podcasters.
4th year, you sure or not?
I think we started in 2021 with Songs and Stories
Yeah.
season 1. I don't know whether there's a season 2.
No. There was only
Season
one
2.
season.
So 2021, 22, 23, 24, not 4 year meh? 4th year lah.
Okay lah.
Yeah, something
Okay,
like
fair
that lah, I think. Anyway, we are not very big fans of New Year's. If you have listened to all our other podcasts, it's like, you know, making resolution. We're not that kind of people. I don't think I'm that kind of people. Are you?
No.
So yeah, so today's episode for the 53rd
episode.
53rd
Thanks.
episode sounds so wrong. 53rd sounds so weird. We shall start by talking about these latest headlines that we've been seeing on our news feed, which is forever. Don't know whether Juita's news feed or not. Do you know what headline I'm talking about? Or?
Got so many lah. I don't know, since Christmas, right? It's like the headlines like so
Crazy.
different, no? Like exploding. Which one?
This one. I read for you. A 10% sales tax on low-value imported goods.
Oh.
This was actually announced by our minister, Fahmi Fadzil, just before Christmas.
Yes. Christmas present for all of us.
Yeah, man. So yeah, when you hear this, is there any thoughts in your mind? Like, you know, I don't know. Does it affect you?
At first I thought it was like, 10% on all imported goods below 500 ringgit. Then I'm like, then must faster buy lah. But then after I read, right, it was like, only on online, like if you're buying on Shopee or Lazada, then it only applies lah to items under 500.
Correct.
On imported items only. And then I thought, I always buy from Malaysia one, so.
Really?
Yeah.
You're one of those who just buy from Malaysia.
I always look like, unless really cannot lah, then.
Because
which
a
is
lot of
very
us
rare.
actually, like, you can find the same thing in Malaysia and then you can find the same thing that is from China, which is actually at 30% cheaper. So all of us are like, can wait lah, extra 5 days, never mind. Don't need
True lah.
urgently. So
I don't know, I feel like there's the risk involved, and I also feel like
correct lah, cannot refund.
the Malaysians already make the effort to bring it in for you. It's like, get from here lah. I rather do that lah.
And the next time you get from Malaysian who bring it here for you, there'll be 10% extra tax on you.
Correct lah, because it's already added
Correct.
tax. Yeah.
Correct. So actually when I saw this, I thought really, I became quite an online shopper since the pandemic lah.
Yeah, lor.
Like, because I really told you last episode, I do online groceries.
Yes.
So I also buy a lot of my Christmas gift online, and big bulk of certain things come from China or even Indonesia actually, surprisingly.
Right.
Like more of the batik stuff or the cultural looking stuff from Indonesia that I buy.
Hey, I bought one before lah from Vietnam because cannot find the item here.
Wow.
One item.
What?
I think it was some powder, compact powder or something.
Serious? Not even coffee?
No. No.
So yeah, so when I saw this one, I kind of feel that, okay, I must buy everything before it's effective lah. And then after thinking, I actually don't know what is everything. Because I just random shopping once a month lah.
Right.
But the other thing that I realized, I look back at all my shopping expenses, that is the whole, I always buy a lot of packaging for my brother who does cookies,
actually,
right?
that would be quite an impact, right?
Correct. And most packaging, we only spend like maybe 100 to 200 lah. We buy in bulk also lah. Maybe 50, 100 pieces, that kind of thing. Then I was thinking, wow, now we are 10%. Then, like you say, might as well buy from the locals lah. Which I think is what the main purpose of the government is, to encourage you to buy from local producer or local, business people instead of just all buying from China.
Yeah, because I know they were saying a lot about leveling the playing field.
Correct.
I don't know how that is level lah, but I think it's more of encouraging or supporting local lah. But then where do the guys who are selling from local shops?
Yeah.
Like you said, right? Are they also buying?
They are also buying because you can see the same design one.
And it's per item, it's not like if you buy in total more than 500, then you don't kena that tax. It's so actually
Actually,
it will still already be incorporated.
the reason why is below 500 is any things that you buy above 500 already taxable. You remember kena tax already. So people might buy below 500 in bulk so that they skip that tax. Okay, so then you're talking about this cheap thing. You think the thing that we find in Shopee is cheap? No, the buyers are probably on Taobao, this Chinese Taobao, which is like a lot cheaper, at 50% cheaper, but it's all in Chinese. So these are the one that really unlock. So for example, if you think that let's say I think I save 3 ringgit on this item.
Okay.
The seller who probably bought it as save like 10 ringgit on it,
Okay.
And they make a profit lah. That whatever that they save, the high margin of it lah.
Okay, so then I suppose by buying from a local seller or reseller, then you're helping them to make an income by buying that bulk from Taobao or whatever.
Correct.
Earlier lah, that they get to earn that margin lah.
Correct, that margin lah.
Okay, but I have a question, right? For items under 500, let's say I buy not online. So something I want to feel and touch, I don't want to buy online, I go to the shop.
Okay.
It's already taxed, right?
It's imported item.
There's already a tax duty, import duty
Correct.
on it lah. So
Correct.
it's just that all this time actually it's like kind of we've been avoiding that tax
I
lah.
won't say avoiding lah.
Not-
Maybe after the break,
I mean, it's
I
legally
explain to you
Okay.
why there's a 500 limit.
Okay.
New year, new resolution.
For those of you who have been writing your own songs or would like to write your own songs and you need some inspiration and guidance, check out Vocal Camp by Voxfest Malaysia.
It's like a retreat lah, where you have actually master classes, you have time to compose some songs, and you can talk to other songwriters in a beautiful resort away from the city.
To find out more, head over to Voxfest Malaysia's social media platforms. That's VOXFEST Malaysia.
Okay, so I read why 500 ringgit. So apparently every country has a bottom line or a tier where say, okay, anything that people import below this price is not taxable. So Malaysia's tier is 500 ringgit. Maybe Singapore is like $400 or
And is
different
that
for different country.
for anything? So whether I buy it from the shop or...
Yeah.
Okay.
No. That means you buy it on your own lah, user lah.
Okay.
Not from the business.
Online lah.
Yeah, correct.
Online buying
Correct.
lah.
Online purchase. So specifically this press statement was for online purchase.
Okay.
Yeah, because the one that you buy from the shop is bulk purchase from the suppliers and stuff. So they already pay tax. And the tax already you pay one lah.
Okay, custom when they bring in everything, blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah. Okay.
Correct. So I was a bit concerned because the initial reason why there's a tier for every country to have this type of rule is to make sure that the poor can afford to buy online goods.
Okay.
But now that we are 10% taxable, this concept does not apply anymore to Malaysia, which would actually ruin or actually change our economy landscape in a sense for the less affordable lah. So I'm just wondering,
Already the B40 lah.
yeah, whether it's a smart thing to do lah. Because now B40 won't buy cheap stuff from China for Christmas gift. How? For example, a B40 wants to buy a Christmas gift, and then they can afford to buy more Christmas gift from, let's say, China or India or Indonesia by buying online. Suddenly, that 10% changes the ballgame again. So I think what I really saw when I saw this article was the reason that why this tier is available for every country is to protect the B40s in every country to be able to afford something lah. But now that we try to do this to curb to curb people from you misusing it, number one. Number two, to promote local businesses. Then what happened to the actual benefit of when this concept came up? Yeah, what happened with people like my brother?
But as far as I understand, this kind of tax is also in a lot of countries. But when I read, it's like a bit more developed countries. Not a bit, a lot. Like Singapore lah, all those... when I read the list of countries, it seemed like they were more developed. Or maybe they're more developed, then they get quoted lah. I don't know, maybe.
Yeah.
But 10%...
I mean, chances are the things you buy from China, okay lah, for example when we buy packaging is, let's say, 50 cents. If I buy from a local company, it's 80 cents. And then if I have 10%, that become 55 cents. maybe I'll still buy from China lah.
Correct. So it depends lah. It depends on.
Yeah.
I think the important thing about why they did this was because the government needed a little bit more revenue channel.
Maybe after all inflation, right?
Inflation, and I mean, okay lah, we inherited a not very healthy bank account, let's just say. And I think they needed to make sure that there's a healthy money coming in
I suppose
as
lah.
well lah, you know. So if
I
you're
suppose.
buying things from overseas, then we should be contributing to I suppose, the general economy as well.
Yeah, I think that's quite interesting. Let me go and go for detours.
Okay,
So
detour.
we talk about revenue for our country lah, just to make sure there's a safety net, financial or whatever is it. So the classic example would be when the government first took over, and then there is this whole people who wanted to leave the country couldn't leave the country because they owe the government 50 ringgit.
Yes.
So that was also one revenue. So I think in a way I'm quite happy to see that there are measures being taken to make sure that we don't go into a darker, deeper hole financially as a country lah.
Yeah, I mean, there's a balance lah with trying to keep everybody happy so that you get voted in, but you also need to be responsible with the finances and all that lah. But again lah, whether, I don't know, maybe when people get used to this tax, then it won't be so hoo-ha lah. I don't know.
I don't know. Of course, you're saying you don't know. You don't even use it all the time. It's just me and my other friends who are still doing it. And I realize the one that most impacted, I would actually, not being racist, are the Chinese.
Okay.
Because the Chinese really buy a lot from Taobao and China. Because the price is so low. And then if you look at the market, a lot of things that they use now is really from there. Even from the power banks to, I'm not even talking about the small stuff now. It could be a power bank, their latest fashion clothes, because fast fashion ma.
Correct.
Nowadays, fast fashion is you wear 1 year, 2 year, gone already.
I don't like fast
And
fashion.
that kind of things. Okay, we shall skip that for another episode. Anyway, for those of you who does online shopping, when you shop now, just don't complain about the 10% tax because you know that it has been implemented lah. Jom Sembang Malaysia is hosted by two Malaysians who are passionate about Malaysian stuff.
Stay tuned every week for a brand new Sembang session with Juwita Suito and Gina Yap Lai Yong.
Today's episode is recorded at AV United.
Remember to click like and subscribe for a brand new episode next week.